Hello and welcome everybody to 1998. In the words of Santa. I'd make a great Santa. Look, I left the tag on it. See how much this is? Can you see the price tag on that? Walmart, Hanasat right here. It's all the cool kids leave the labels on their hats. So that's what we're going to do here in Santa Land. I'm sure Santa is cool. He's hip. He leaves his tags on. 1998. Mark O'Meara won like the Open and the Masters. Vijay Singh won the PGA Championship. I love Vijay Singh. It's interesting, like he kind of reflects the sometimes toxic nature of the media. Sometimes, the media can be a little aggressive at times looking for, entertainment. So it's just interesting. I love Vijay Singh. Masters winner, PGA, Anyway, Ping comes out with this in 1998. And we have some other clubs, some drivers from 1998. Or that era, 97, 96, 97, 98, leading up to this one. But before I dive into how I feel about it, let's get this on the review table and have a closer look. All right, the original ISI says ISI. Yes, I know it looks like IST. I know it looks like TISI, but it's the ISI Titanium Karsten 8.5 degree. All right, so if you see a Tech here, that's the later model. When did that one come out? 99 or 2000 or 2001? Either way, there's like an ISI Tech Titanium. And you'll see this everything. I've heard this called everything. Lots of them call them TISI. I've heard people, this one kind of looks like a T, so I've heard people call it the TIST. I've heard the IST, I've heard the TitianumIST, the TIST, the TI space ST. I mean, there's no shortage. TI space SI. There's no shortage of ways to misconvey what you're looking at here. But if you see this sole, this is the 1998 ISI Titanium by Ping. All right, and the loft will be down here. So we're going to spin around the face here. So first let's look at the face. Here's this web kind of design they were going for. You'll see that repeated. And one more thing at least here. The skirt is just painted black, and here, is the weight. You can see again the little, is that a man? There's the head and two arms and two huge arms. I don't know. Either way, we have the weight back here. Spinning around the skirt, you'll notice it says Ping on the toe. And at a dress. Okay, now this one has some huge scuffs. That's how I got it. So, I mean, that's the way it is. Has this little V, underlined V, as the alignment spot right here, the edge spot right here. The other thing I want you to notice is this ferrule. Notice how the head sticks out, the heel sticks out past the ferrule. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, maybe I hate it. Either way, and then you can see there's a little RUD right here. I'm not sure if that's going to show up on the ferrule itself. This looks like just a plastic ferrule. I remember for a long time Golfsmith, for people repairing clubs, they actually sold these ferrules. It just looks odd. Anyway, moving up, the graphite shaft. This is a Ping branded Aldila shaft. You can see regular flex. Cushion. This is my sticker to remind me of the year, 1998. And it looks like an aftermarket Tor wrap grip. It's a mid-size. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see any of this. Golf Pride mid-size Tor wrap made in the USA. That's what it says on the butt. So we have a Ping titanium driver. Is this their first? I think this is their first titanium driver. Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, let's get this out on the range and see how it performs. Ping ISI Titanium. This is the titanium version of the ISI. Do you remember the laminate version of the ISI? I've seen them. I actually don't have one. That's one of the few clubs I don't have. Weight right here in the back. Karsten 8.5 degree. This thing is just a spaceship. It has kind of this flat top, and you've seen the interesting marks that it has on there. To me, the weirdest part's always this part that hangs over the heel. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem right to me somehow. And this complex hosel. It just looks like it's over-engineered. From Ping, are you kidding me? So, I don't know if I would describe it as ugly. Yeah, no, it's ugly. To my eye, that's just ugly. It's just not something I want to
wake up in the morning and look at and say, yes, yes. That one felt a little heely. That did not feel good, but it stayed pretty straight, all things considered. Carried over 200 with a range ball. Could be worse. Yeah, that one, I felt it, I hit it heely or thin heely, something. It didn't feel right. So we'll try it again. See if I can get you a better description of how it feels. To be honest, this little gold alignment line with the line in the greater than sign sitting next to it, that arrow, it's dwarfed by that huge ball mark on the crown. I love that. Either way, we're going to use the ball mark as the alignment line. Maybe that's why I'm hitting him heely. Yeah, that was a pull. That one also didn't feel right. Oh, that was high heel. I have a ball mark on the high heel here. Is that from the one I just hit? I don't know. So I'll try again. If it's over-engineered, I'm going to overthink it. That's all there is to it. Okay, one more. I'm going to open the face a little bit, give it a little bit of loft, which means I might slice it, but I'm aware of that risk, and we're going to do it. That was a lobe. Wow. That was with me twisting the face open, huh? Carried over 200. That one felt a little sweeter. Let's see if there's a ball mark. There is a ball mark right here on the face, so maybe a little low, ever so slightly to the toe. So yeah, I mean, I could get used to this. I just have to get used to it, you know what I mean? Let's try one more. The grip feels fine. I have no complaints about the grip. It's just me. All right, let's try this open the face again thing and see if we can maybe slice it a little bit. There we go. That's the slice we all want. Got some height under that one. And that was fine. It worked with the wind. Huh. I don't know. I still think it's ugly. With the weight, I don't like it. Let me know your thoughts. ISI Titanium.
That range footage didn't do this club justice. That's not how I feel about this club. I can really wind up and hit this club very well. I'm going to put some extra range footage at the end of the video. And you can see it's just a fun club to hit. I really enjoy it. And I've enjoyed hitting this for many years. When I first was introduced to this, it was probably in the mid-2000s. I was comparing to like the Cleveland Launcher, the Ping G2, you know, stuff like that. And it was just like, oh wow, this is, you know, what Ping was like. And I was like, oh, did this come out right before the Ping G2? It was like in 2001. I would totally have been like, yeah, it could be. But no, it's 1998. I mean, so I have to look at my sticker here. 1998. So, to me, a very good club when it comes to dynamics. All right. Now, this is coming out on Christmas Eve. So buckle up. I'm just going to talk a little bit extra this video. We're going to start with a comparison. For my patrons, I took a picture of some drivers for comparison's sake, and a lot of them, you know, looked very similar. And so let's dive into it. So one that I would say I feel comparable to this, came out a year before, was the 1997 TaylorMade Titanium Bubble 2. Okay, so have a look at these. You can see both have this kind of elongated, big titanium face, which we've come to kind of expect. I might favor the Ping a little bit more for dynamics. And, you know, the TaylorMade, I also feel like I can just really wind up. And this was that first era in 1997 when I feel like these clubs were something I could just hit, you know, and not think too much about, oh, I need to hit this. I'm going to miss it if I don't focus, you know, kind of ideas. And the other interesting thing about this era is all these companies are vying all through the 90s. McGregor, Phil Mickelson was sponsored by Yonex. Here's a 1997 Yonex Super ADX Titanium, okay? So you look at these two, wow, you know, Yonex was there too with the, and this thing goes really far. When I hit this well, this goes really far. So Yonex is in the mix. Here's one that I've reviewed on this channel. Is it 1997? 1997 King Cobra Titanium Wood. again, this is one of the most beautiful clubs from the 90s. I mean, it's just stunning. Look at how they made this thing out of titanium. Are you kidding me? But this, to me, loses to the ping when it comes to the dynamics of the thing. Oh man, it's a beautiful club. Okay, there's more. I try to narrow it down to 3, but I just can't, all right? We can't forget the 1998, is it 1998? Titanium 975D from TIST, which Tiger Woods used famously to win a Masters. So TIST is in the hunt too. Do you see all these brands are coming out with some great ones? And here's kind of the 1995, the one that kind of started it all, the Great Big Bertha. And there are more, the biggest Big Bertha. No shortage of awesome Callaway drivers. I just wanted this one because this is the first, in my opinion, I mentioned this in other videos, I feel like this is where titanium really hit its stride. They're like, why don't we make it bigger? Why don't we? This is a great example of what led to the ISI here. So out of all those drivers, you know, which one are you going to pick and why? All right, out of all of those, dynamically, this wins. But I think this, it's my opinion, I think this is ugly. This is, like, I don't like the way that this sticks out of the butt right here. I don't like how this ferrule is so finicky and like it's tapered. Like, why do we need all that busyness on the ferrule? Just give us a plain ferrule or no ferrule, like Callaway does, you know? I don't like that. And what's up with this ugly plastic weight? Why do we need a plastic weight in the back with a little spider web on it? Why, Ping? Why? It just looks wrong to me. There's nothing elegant about this. When I hit it, I'm like, I watched the ball flight, I'm like, oh, I love the club. I look down at it, I'm like, oh, it has a flat top. Woof. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. We watched that recently. So, you know, things in life that are just like terribly ugly, but you ask universally, it's like, should we get rid of them? And people will say no. High power lines, okay? You drive through Western US, Arizona, wherever, California, and you see those high powered lines, like these big, you know, Tinker Toy kind of like, what are they called? Erector sets. They're just like these big robots, like holding cables. They're like, we're in the middle of the desert and we're gonna look ugly, and we're holding power lines, okay? You drive through and you're like, oh, ugly. Why don't you just, it would be such a beautiful sunset if those weren't there. But if you asked all the people in California, hey, should we get rid of high power lines? And they'd be like, can we still have power? No, we should keep the high power lines. I think we should keep them, you know, universally. They're ugly, but we need them, all right? That's how I feel about this. I really want it, but it's so ugly. You know, all right, so right now, looking at these clubs, if I had to choose one right now, I would choose the TaylorMade first. I've told you stories about my friends and family. My best friend's dad had some TaylorMade drivers. He had this one, and I love them. Number 2 would just be oh, no, it wouldn't. This would be for looks, but if I had to choose another one, because Tiger Woods played it, who wouldn't want that? So does this come number 3 on my list of 1998, the late 90s drivers? I don't know. To me, okay, so if you're new to golf and you picked one of these up for like $2 at a thrift store, these do not compare well to modern drivers with the adjustable necks, with the larger heads. So, but they're fine to learn on. But when you're actually playing golf, I would not recommend, you know, like people like, should I still play this? You know, if you're playing competitive golf, no. But if you're just having fun, it doesn't matter, right? So yeah, just have fun with it. So, can I show you, can I peel back the curtain a little and show you what's going on in my life? So, we bought my boy an MP3 player. He's young, he's under 10, he doesn't have a phone yet, maybe soon, not sure. There are lots of reasons why he doesn't at the moment. So this is just a 16 gig little, can you see this? Amazon style, like, MP3 player. Why do they make it like that? I don't know. I don't know why they make it like this, but it seemed like the right style for him, okay? So he could listen to his music. And we're like, he made a list of music that he wants, and so we bought some on Amazon Music, and then we transferred it to this thing. Yes, we paid for it, which really is annoying. One of them I was just outright just lazy. They're like, it's $1.29 per song. And one of them I have on CD, and I'm like, I could rip the CD, and then I'm like, oh, I don't have a CD player on my computer, so I'm just going to spend the money. You know, it's just, there comes a point where it's like, just spend the dollar, okay? So we dropped some music on here, and this is going to be one of his Christmas gifts. He loves music. Hopefully he enjoys this. He's going to be like, Dad, I want the new Taylor Swift album. Explicit, right? So, I don't know what you guys think about that. I don't know why I'm sharing it. It's just one of those things. It's like, would you rather have an MP3 player or like this ping? Is this ugly? Is this ugly? Doesn't matter. Something, you know, you always think about, when I talk about consumerism, that's not what I'm talking about. When I talk about making a purchase, everything's in the same boat for me, whether it be an MP3 player or a golf driver. So, hope everybody has a Merry Christmas. That's the national holiday here in the US, Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everybody. You know what? I'm going to put this on my Amazon shop. If you want a little MP3 player, Amazon shop. I got some headphones that are like, they max out at 94 dBs. I don't even know what a decibel is, but it maxes out. Somebody explained it to me once. I don't even know what 94 dBs are, but these headphones are limited to that volume, so it's not going to damage his ears, hopefully. All right, excited to read your comments. Like, which one would you pick? You know, it's like all these, what brand? You know, Yonex. We miss more competition. Nike came, you know, and tried to take over the world, and that almost worked for them. So 1998 drivers that are available in the world. Ping. Still not decided on it. But dynamically, as a golf club, amazing. As usual, thank you to my patrons. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this content and you want to support the channel in a different way, not on Patreon, where I post a few behind the scenes pictures, and I like to message back and forth with most of the patrons, you can visit my Amazon shop, where I'll probably put this MP3 player and these headphones, but there's golf stuff on there, golf accessories. You can support the channel. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. That's how it helps the channel. Thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe. I am the Vintage Golfer.